then also I'll announce the upcoming so that you can be ready. Also, you don't have to stay. Once you're done, you can feel free to leave. Okay, first up, we have academic and professional, and we have Latina pre-la sociedad, and up next is ALAS.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here tonight. So my name is Jalissa and I'm the president of the Latina pre-la sociedad.
Hi, my name is Natalia, and I'm the Vice President of Latina pre-la sociedad.
Sorry, technical difficulties. Okay, we're back. So yeah, we're the Latina pre-la sociedad, and the rest of the board is over there, so let's go take some.
Okay, so first of all, we would like to talk about our mission statement. So it is pretty long, but we don't want to read all of it. Our main goal is to foster a supportive community for Latina students and to bridge the connection between law school and undergrad. We're looking to do networking events and talk about cultural and academic connections and just make sure that there's a resource available for Latina students to go to law school if they so desire.
Yeah, and so here are some of our goals listed. So we hope to provide informational panels, one of which we'll be having on May 14th at 5:30 p.m. in Vari Hall with Professor Pina, who teaches torts over at the law school here. We also hope to have mentorship programs, specifically in collaboration with LASA, who is the Latinx Law Student Association, also here at the law school. And we also hope to have networking events where people can network with attorneys, people in the law field, and professors. Also, we hope to incorporate LSAT prep resources as well as a supportive, loving community on campus.
Perfect. So some frequently asked questions. Why join? You can learn more about the law field, access specific legal opportunities that are geared towards Latina students, and gain leadership skills overall. Do you need to be pre-law to join? No. You don't even have to be poli-sci. You can be any major you want, and you can join us. We're welcome to everyone. And how to join? You can attend meetings, events. We have a QR code on one of our pamphlets, and you can follow us on Instagram at @SantaClara_Latina Pre-Law. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. So up next we have ALAS, Alliance of Latin Americans in Salud, and then next we have Impact.
Okay. Everybody, we're ALAS, our Alliance of Latin Americans in Salud, which is pre-health. So yeah, let's get started. Okay. So ALAS is a Latin American focused pre-health club that welcomes students of all backgrounds pursuing any medical or healthcare track. This club aims to create a supportive community and fosters academic success, professional growth, and cultural empowerment. Okay, so before we get into our club, we want to mention why we chose the Quetzal, just to show how much time we put into it. We even thought about our mascot. So the Quetzal is a very beautiful bird that is important and central to Latin American culture. And we follow this phrase, cuando me vean volar, recuerden que ustedes me pintaron las alas, which means when you see me fly, remember you guys painted my wings, which is our, like, we love community, we're Latin American. Yeah. So this is our team. So I'm co-president with my brother here. I'm about to graduate, and yeah, I've had two years of board experience with LSU, and now we're starting up this club, which we're very excited for. So the overarching impact that we want to have outside of SCU in general is kind of increase the Latina representation in the health field. So if we pulled from the AAMC, in the medical field, we make up 6% of all medical professionals, and yet we make up 19% of the U.S. population. So there's a very huge difference in terms of like medical providers, and that negatively impacts patient overall health and outcome So what we do as a club, we offer class support, so having upperclassmen help out underclassmen or give guidance in terms of what to do for certain projects. Unique opportunities such as Kaiser's Represent program, which is unique for minority students. And then challenges in networking, community, and giving back to high schools.
Some of our past events, and then our future goals. We want to do a lot of things. We're running out of time, so follow us on Instagram.
Alright, up next is SCU Informed, and then next up it's gonna be Texas. I'm so sorry, and then it's gonna be SU.
Hi everyone, my name is Todd Spencer. I'm a co-president of Impact.
I'm Yasmin, I'm also the co-president of Impact.
And so why our Impact is really important is because before COVID, there used to be a political science student association aimed towards helping political science students understand the career field after they graduate that's not only law. So I think a lot of people thinking about political science think it's mostly law, and it's really not. And so it disappeared during COVID, and we're trying to bring it back, and this is our first year. And so what our main goal is to broaden students' perspectives and connect them to the necessary resources to build their soft and hard skills to foster their success after graduation. Kind of doing this through student events, alumni panels, and fun events with faculty. Our mission is to foster a strong, inclusive community among students and alumni of Santa Clara University, the political science department, and other interested poli-sci students. But I think it's important to note that this isn't solely for poli-sci students, just anyone interested in politics. I think now is a great time for this club because of how charged the political climate is, especially in such a bubble that we are in at Santa Clara University. Additionally, we want to broaden students' perspectives and confidence in their future career aspirations while building lasting relationships that extend beyond the classroom.
Yeah, so this was our executive board for this year. Todd and I are both seniors, so we've already recruited our executive board for next year, which is the next slide. All these were elected democratically, so yeah, next slide. So in 5 short months, what we've managed to create is we've managed to welcome incoming students at preview day. We've had our poli-sci trivia night, which is in the top right. We've had our election watch party, a voter education night, and we were present at the winter RSO fair. We had our election night, which boasted 38 attendees. And then we also had yesterday our EDDF, which is our Ethics and Democracy Debate Forum, and our 100 Days of Trump event. And that's our future events, so.
Thank you. Okay, sorry about that, Impact. Can you hit next? All right, next up is gonna be business. So first up is SEU Informs, and then it's gonna be Texas.
Hi all, thank you all so much for being here today. We are SU Informs. This is our full name. We are going to be a nationally affiliated SU chapter. So if you're familiar with how ACM and IEEE functions on campus, it's going to be very similar. It's going to be a business analytics focused club on SU, which means that we will have a broader network for speakers as well as industry resources beyond SU and beyond graduation. Now, our vision for this club is to provide a professional platform for people to explore their interest in the section of information systems and analytics. One of the things about this major is it is very flexible, so sometimes it's very daunting for people to find what exactly they want to do in this major, and so this is why we want to have a thriving community that will mutually support each other, have access to all these speaker events, and have an additional platform for skill development, which then I will pass it on to Sophia.
Yeah, so as Elaine mentioned, we're looking to host events in skill development such as learning Tableau, SQL, and Python. We're also looking forward to hosting speaker events and already have interest from companies such as Blackstone and Behavior AI. And we're also looking to hold conferences as well as possible case-based hackathons in the future.
And we're also currently in talk with clubs on campus like ACM, and we're in talks with the Sioka Center. And this is important because of the upcoming BA minor, and we already have existing faculty connections and the full support of the ISA department. And all of these faculty members are currently members of Informs nationally. And this is our board.
Thank you.
All right, up next is Tech Sales Network, and after that, it's Product Space.
Okay, hello everybody, let's get right into it. We're the Tech Sales Network. My name is Colin.
My name's Jackson.
Yes, we're both juniors, and we're your co-founders and presidents. So, we're just going to read the mission. We'll be covering the description as we go. But our mission is to equip SU students with the skills, experiences, and connections needed to thrive as sales professionals in the tech industry.
Now when it comes to our impact, how does TSN actually benefit the greater Santa Clara University community? Now our biggest thing that we're focusing on is filling the gap in the curriculum. Currently there is no emphasis whatsoever on sales or tech sales specifically, and we believe that there's not only a lot of transferable skills, but that's where we come in and we can fill the gap of there not being anything related to sales in the curriculum. Also, it's very highly relevant being that we are in the tech hub of the world in Silicon Valley. And within tech sales, there's also a very high earning and growth potential that a lot of potential students may be very interested in. Finally, it increases alumni engagement. From what we've seen with our guest speakers and just reaching out to people in general, there's a slew of different individuals that are in tech sales right now and that have came and spoken to our group. Now when it comes to the team that's actually making the impact, obviously you have Colin and I, we're both the co-founders, and a slew of other different individuals on our team, and right now we're actually going through our elections for next year. Finally, these are the events that we've been holding this year. Currently we're at 7, we're aiming for 9 by the end of the year. First has been focused on professional development, you know, your resumes, your interviewing and whatnot. Second is sales-specific training, coming down to closing, how to deal with rebuttals, rejection, whatnot. And third, which has been probably our best events and had the most individuals coming to them, has been our industry guest speakers from areas like NVIDIA, Salesforce, and Apple.
Yes, and then this is our intro meeting, and then this is actually our NVIDIA meeting with a high-tech recruiter, 20 years of experience. And as Jackson mentioned, 3 to 4 weeks from now, we'll be headed up to Salesforce Tower with about 10 of our members, because, fun fact, there's a team of all SU students, about 5 of them there. SU alumni, I should say. Yes, and then future events, sales training, speaker series, here are some of the clubs that we're going to be collaborating with, and large-scale events. And lastly, our biggest goal, national sales competition. We want to beat out some of these other big names, and we'd love to be the home of that sales competition. Thank you guys for your time.
All right, up next is Product Space, and then after that, Credit Investment Club.
Hi everyone, so we are presenting Product Space, which is a product management club. My name is Sanvi and this is Vaishnavi.
So, first of all, going into our executive team, we have me and Sanvi as the presidents, and then we have a VP of Marketing, a VP of Relations, a treasurer, and a secretary.
So now going over why we need a PM club on campus. So what we realized early on is that we really didn't know what PM was, but then we realized that PM is one of the most sought out after roles on LinkedIn and Glassdoor, and a lot of Santa Clara alumni end up pivoting into PM. But knowing PM early on is really strategic in breaking into PM, especially since it's such a hard barrier of entry with the lack of resources right now we have on campus. So we want to provide these kinds of resources that every student almost on campus can participate. We do mostly focus on business, especially since business students do tend to pivot into PM a lot more, but almost every single field goes into PM.
So moving on into our mission statement, the Product Space Club will aim to foster a community in SCU aimed at helping students that are trying to break into product management. We want to educate the students and give them opportunities and try to establish a greater and more inclusive sense of community with collaborating with other student organizations and professionals in the field.
Some of the potential events that we are looking forward to are having guest speakers on campus. This is a list of some of them that we've already contacted on and have agreed to come on campus for students to interact with. And we also have resume workshops and helping get that really niche and like very focused help, and having case competition preps. Case competitions are a big way how product managers actually get to see that students have that experience of product cycle and product strategy. So we want to provide that earlier on. Thank you. Feel free to follow us.
Okay, up next is Credit Investment Club, and then after that, it's the Santa Clara Leadership Society.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here tonight. We are the Credit Investment Club. My name is Marley, I'm the COO. This is Gavin, our treasurer, Mercedes, our VP, and David, our president. So at the heart of our club is our mission statement, which is to greater the Santa Clara University undergraduate student experience by offering an educational and immersive experience, growing students' intellect within the credit space and business, alongside providing deep mentorship and alumni connections, aiding students in professional business recruitment and development.
So what is credit? Credit is a massive market, 3 times the size of the equity market. We're not dealing with stocks, we're dealing with bonds, loans. An example of credit is the Santa Clara University Skiddy building. Skiddy obviously was a lot of donation based, but it was also bonds. They issued municipal bonds. People can invest in those bonds. They profit off the interest. Without that investment, Skiddy would not have happened. That is one example of a municipal bond. This is how big the credit market is. So there's a lot to learn, and there's a huge market with a lot of great high-paying jobs that students need access to. They only learn about it if they're a finance major in depth their senior year after recruiting has already happened. So it's something that students need to learn about early.
So why is credit important to learn here at SCU? So like David said, the credit space is 3 times larger than the equity market, which is your typical stocks that you learn about. And yet, students don't learn about it till their junior, senior year, if at all. And this is a missed opportunity. Beyond it being the foundation of our economy, it's a major source of job opportunities. So we created the Credit Investment Club to fill the gap, equip students with their own credit investment knowledge that other investment clubs don't do.
Very quickly, here's what we do: offer guest speakers in series, create and teach our own credit investing curriculum, research, pitch, and track various credit portfolios, credit-tailored recruitment preparation, and finally, but most importantly, ethical credit investment discussions. Thank you.
All right, the Santa Clara Leadership Society, and after that we have WICIS, Women in Cybersecurity.
Good evening, everyone. We're the Santa Clara Leadership Society, the only leadership club on campus right now. This is the leadership team of the leadership club. That's me, the president. We have Blake Sawyer, who's unfortunately not with us here today. We have James McKinney. We have Grant Dew. We have Kelsey Mallard, and we have Yahya Albana. We also are working with faculty advisor Dr. Sarah Cabral, who teaches the foundational leadership class on campus, Management 71, and that's exactly where I got the idea for this club. We also are in contact with Dr. Barry Posner, who has authored The Leadership Challenge, which is a book that has sold about 3 million copies right now. It's a very, very, very famous book. So the mission statement. In short, we're trying to introduce leadership to the Santa Clara community as an essential field of study, as well as a mindset. How we're going to do it? We're going to do it through guest speaker events, case study events, and very importantly, we're going to collaborate with other clubs on campus to come up with innovative ways to teach leadership. What makes us unique? Leadership isn't about a position. Leadership is about integrity. Leadership is about discipline. And those values, when put together with business, creates the leadership society at Santa Clara, which has the potential to create so much positive change, because business leaders are obviously in positions of power, and when we're values driven as well as outcome driven, we can create so much positive change, especially in a place like the Silicon Valley. For the future, as I said, we're gonna be planning guest speaker events. We're in touch with a lot of leaders in the Silicon Valley, case study competitions, and cooperation with other clubs. Thank you so much. We encourage all of you to come join us. It's open to everyone, regardless of your background. Thank you.
All right, that was it for business, and now we're going on to engineering. First up is Women in Cybersecurity, WISIS. And then after that is Hindu Juba.
Hi, we are Women in Cybersecurity, or WISIS. My name is Tiffany.
And I'm Kara. All right. So our purpose is to create an inclusive community for women to study in the upcoming field of cybersecurity, also to promote cyber safety and responsible practices, and to create a professional network of students interested in cybersecurity.
Yeah, so to do this, we host 3 main types of events. We have guest speakers who are professionals in the field, come and discuss the work they do in the field. We have informational sessions or workshops where we teach students both technical skills and just general cyber safety skills. And then we have socials aimed towards building that sense of community. More specifically, these are some of the events we wanted to highlight. So at the beginning of winter quarter, we hosted a really big game night collab with ACM, ACMW, and AIC, where we just kind of talked about what it was meant to build a community across different students interested in technology. We also hosted a self-care for your computer, which was more aimed towards personal cyber safety. So we went over things like password managers and antivirus software. We hosted an information guest speaker with a speaker from the SU's Information Security Office, kind of talking about how Santa Clara is secured and what activity monitoring is. For outreach, we hosted a really big outreach opportunity with Society of Women Engineers, where we helped about 80 Girl Scouts earn their cybersecurity badge. And then for socials, we did a cookie decorating plus cookie metadata event and a shield painting social.
Here's a quick overview of our leadership structure. And then a lot of frequently asked questions. You don't have to be a woman to join. We're open to everyone. You don't have to have experience with cybersecurity. We offer a lot of beginner-friendly workshops for people who are interested in the field. And you can just join regardless of if you have experience. We're different than BroncoSec because we are part of a larger organization, and we want to implement a chapter on SCU's campus. So Women in Cybersecurity will enable us to visit conferences and participate more. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Lucy. All right, that's it for engineering. Next up is faith-based. We're starting off with Hindu Yuva, and then afterwards we have the jazz club.
Hello everyone, thank you for being here today. So my name is Aman.
I'm Sanjana.
And I'm Ayan. And we are Hindu Yuva. So what is Hindu Yuva? Hindu Yuva is a faith-based student organization on campus, and we aim to provide an immersive and experiential exposure of the Hindu way of life to the campus community at SCU, as well as larger communities across the country as well. And Hindu Yuva stands for Youth for Unity, Virtues, and Action.
So we would like to organize events such as community service, prayer sessions, yoga, wellness sessions, as well as educational general body meetings. And our activities are supposed to put emphasis on team building, leadership qualities, and character development. And overall, we want to provide a safe space for students on campus and protect Hindu values and culture.
Okay, so a little bit more things we do. So we want to mentor young entrepreneurs. We do this through fostering dharmic or Hindu values in business, We provide a big supportive network. There's a bunch of different Hindu yuvas across the country, and we leverage people's cultural identity, not only Hinduism, as their strength as well. And obviously, we're really community service based. We love giving back to the community as well.
Our mission statement is to create a platform to protect, preserve, practice, and promote Hindu Dharma. We aim to develop character and leadership skills in our members by emphasizing values such as self-discipline, self-confidence, and a spirit of selfless service to our society.
Okay, so as I mentioned before, there's over 90 different chapters in universities across America. That means it's a really big community, and we specifically want to start one at Santa Clara because we think that this school needs one. And here's some pictures of guest speakers that we've had at different universities.
So why does SCU need a Hindu Yuva? So Santa Clara University lacks an organization on campus that promotes Hindu values through its preservation and practice, and we believe by bringing a Hindu dharmic lens to students at Santa Clara University can help develop leadership while also bettering our community both mentally and physically.
Here's our leadership structure. And they have so much to say, yo. Okay, so that was it for faith-based. Now we're going off to performance arts with Jazz Club, and then afterwards we have the Fungi Club.
Hey everyone, my name is Pranav, this is Holden, and this is Ajay, and we run the SU Jazz Club. Alright, y'all, so this is our mission statement. Basically, the purpose of this club is to kind of build a community within the Santa Clara University music department. We do this by jam sessions that we hold bi-weekly. And yeah, so just our goal is to educate musicians on jazz performance etiquette, strengthen the community. And yeah, so we started this, this club started basically about a year and a half ago with a student who graduated last year. He started hosting jam sessions bi-weekly where people, students, musicians would come together and just play jazz music and hang out.
Yeah, some of our goals, we want to play music and kind of enjoy it together. We host bi-weekly jam sessions that are open to people of all experience, whether that be people who've been playing music for a long time or people who haven't played music at all. Everyone is welcome. We also perform. Recently this year, we've started doing shows in the KSU office called Undercurrents. Those are really cool. We have a tiny desk set up. We usually get about 40 to 50 audience members out there. It's a really fun time. We also want to grow. We have about 20 members that consistently come to our meetings, but we want to just keep getting new people into the jazz scene at Santa Clara.
Frequently asked questions. I'll keep it brief. You need no experience. We're really beginner friendly. We can provide instruments, piano, drums, bass we have in our studio. We meet at the Benton Annex, which is on that map. I can tell you if you need help finding it. Once we get funding, we want to start bringing in some professional musicians to run jam sessions with us and some master classes as we try to build and expand into just the greater Santa Clara community. Thank you.
Okay, y'all like jazz? Okay, so next up is a special interest, and I guess it's Fungi. Fungi? Either. And then last but not least, turnout for climate action.
Hi, I'm Spencer.
I'm Macy, we're the Fungi Club. So we became a PSO winter quarter this year and have since amassed over 80 members in our group meet and are really looking forward to hopefully becoming an RSO. Our mission is to provide discussion, community experiences, and events to students that are interested in fungi. We're also hoping to educate the Santa Clara campus community about fungi-related topics, and we're looking to establish a greater and more inclusive sense of community by collaborating with other student organizations. So I spearheaded our first event with Professor Dr. Whittle, and I met Spencer there, and we have since established some really fun events. So our big hits are forages, where we identify mushrooms in the wild, and then we've also had really successful speaker series. Our last event was on psilocybin and mental health, where over 35 students attended.
Yeah, so this is our current leadership board. Macy is graduating, so I'll be taking over the club, and we're currently hosting elections to expand and to get more people on board. So our future club goals, we plan to consistently host at least 4 events per quarter. We already have 2 planned for this quarter, and we plan to collaborate with other clubs as well to grow. And I know Fungi Club seems like a very niche thing, right? But we have people, a very diverse group of people in all of the schools, and we hope to expand that by collaborating with other clubs. Thank you for your time.
All right, next up is social justice, and this is our last club, SOSA. Turn out for climate action.
So hi everyone, we are Turnout for Climate Action, and my name is Jessica, and I'm the treasurer of the club.
I'm Emily, I'm the vice president.
So first, let me share a bit about our mission. So our goal is to create a safe space open to everyone to discuss and take action regarding the climate crisis. So what exactly do? We lead climate action and advocacy, educate the environmental justice, helping people understand the systems behind climate crisis, and build a sustainable, inclusive community, because addressing climate crisis requires all of us together. And now let's take a quick look at our past events we've been involved in. So we've been hosting weekly climate action meetings to plan initiatives, share resources, and stay informed on climate efforts. And we support speaker events featuring environmental leaders, and we also took part in the fossil-free divestment panel during Turn Week, discussing the importance of shifting university investments away from fossil fuels.
Okay, yeah, so for future events, we're going to continue doing weekly meetings where we discuss current climate change events and take action, which looks like signing petitions or writing letters. We're hoping to screen some climate-related movies, maybe collaborate with some clubs there, and also continue to participate in Turn Week. And also a huge part of Turn Week is having alumni come and speak, and it would be cool to use that for volunteering opportunities, and yeah. And so here's our current leadership. Hannah is our president, and then me and Jessica, and then we're still looking to fill these spots, and yeah. Thank you.
All right, that's it. Thank you all for hosting us. Thank you for all of the work that you do. And I want to give a shout out to our SAC chair. Please give applause to her and Mr. Lee. They've done an amazing job this year. They've done an amazing job this year, and we could have done anything without any of y'all. So thank you. And thank you, Senator.
And you can't applaud me without applauding Victor Pineda for saying
Thank you all for coming. Let's do one more round of applause. You're welcome to stay, welcome to go over there, whatever but we're gonna keep you.
What? Yeah. Let me walk directly in there. Let me just. All right, let's see you Thank you.
Bye for you. What do you, wait, so,
Yeah, I was like, we know each other enough to for a hug. We definitely know each other.
I'm just saying to mine is not. It's far away. I hope you know. Great. Okay, yeah, that's my point. Okay, I mean, if you want to chat more, we can. Oh, yes.
All right, everybody, we're going to begin now.
Hi everyone again. Yeah, this is a bylaw change I proposed. There wasn't many comments to address. I just Tay's comment, which was on there. But yeah, this is basically just asking to add another position, which is like a co-chair to my position, just to balance out the responsibilities of it and make it more sustainable for the future. Do you have any questions?
You want to go through that comment thread?
Yeah, so basically Tay just asked if, because we have two first-year positions, if one of them can kind of like support my position. And both Mary and I addressed that basically by saying that the first-year positions are focused on the freshman class. And just because they're so new to the branch, it is like nicer for them to just be focused on that specifically. And then additionally, because class chair is a little bit kind of niche, I don't think it'd be very, I guess, like, I don't want to say kind, but it just wouldn't be very appropriate to ask one of them to fill that support role when they didn't really sign up for it in the first place, if that makes sense. But yeah, both Mary and I kind of went through that in the same way. Any other questions? Motion and vote.
Second. Motion from Grace, second from Tiago. All those in favor of voting, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Okay, we're gonna vote. But we're just gonna do a voice vote. So, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Awesome, all right, well, it's passed. Good job. Alright, we have another bylaw change, so I'll let you guys.
Yeah, so as you all know, I'm Center at Large for LGBTQ Inclusion, Tay Center at Large for Health and Wellness, and a core component of our positions this year have been sitting on two long-standing spaces. So for myself, I've been a part of the LGBTQ Equity, Justice, and Belonging Working Group for the past 2 years, and Tay has been a creator and primary collaborator on the new Beyond Compliance Committee. And so as we were talking with our respective co-chairs and directors of these groups, we felt that it was best to create a bylaw change that would standardize these at-large positions as permanent members of those working groups. At least I can speak to the working group side of things. To get a student seat on that working group, you have to be nominated, apply, and get reviewed by the committee to get accepted to it. So this would just standardize that a new tenant of this at-large position would be permanently sitting on the working group for as long as it's active. And then for TAE, the Beyond Compliance Committee's 2 student spots would be for a representative from DSU and the Center at Large for Health and Wellness. This has been approved by our respective co-chairs and directors, so they are in full support of it. They're just not listed as endorsements because we wanted to just make this a joint bylaw change. But yeah, nothing too crazy here. It's just these 2 sentences, permanent member of the groups for as long as the groups are active. Any questions?
There's no concern that somebody, nobody within those groups would want the center at large position?
For the Beyond Compliance Committee, there's 10 people on the committee and only 2 students are in the position. So no one else could really go for it besides a DSU person. Yeah, and for me, when I was asked to join the group, it was specifically because the working group wanted someone from ASG and they wanted to add that additional connection. The other student representatives are from various parts of campus. A couple of them are IE fellows from the DEI office. Some of them are from career and qualified or other career specific groups. And so part of the reason why I was asked to join was because a separate role is I'm supposed to be connected to the queer community, right? And so there's plenty of times where the working group tries to appeal to me to connect with other queer students or queer leaders. So they were appreciative of the fact that it was an ASG person on it. Yeah, good question.
Other questions or comments?
Wednesday night, next week. Do you guys have anything?
Alright. No other, if there's no other points on that, we will move on. We have one more bylaw change. So, Mary, your turn.
So Norma and I are making changes, bylaw changes to our respective positions, which is student safety off-campus chair and city and neighborhood relations off-campus chair regarding NERC.
Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know what NERC is, it's the Neighborhood University Relations Committee, and it's a forum that brings together SCU students, university staff, as well as city officials and local residents and tenants to discuss issues related to off-campus living and student impact in the surrounding neighborhood. For students, it's a safe space to raise concerns, strengthen town relations, and also advocate for safer, more supportive community policies. And yeah, they meet 3 times a year.
Yeah. So this started when the city council reached out to Steve Ross and wanted him to nominate a student representative to sit on the NERC board. And then he reached out to us because he knows that we've been attending all year as mandated in our bylaws already. And so essentially what we're doing is we're accounting for that nomination just in our bylaws. Just to make sure that this position is staying long term. And then also we decided to put in both of our positions just in case one of our positions aren't filled. Then the other position can step up to that responsibility.
Any questions or comments?
Oh, those are also, the highlights on the bottom are also just unrelated changes I would make to my own position.
Sounds good.
If you have commentary on those, feel free.
I guess with this bylaw change, would this position from this point onwards solely be for the community development branch to fill? You guys would be the liaison between NERC and ASG?
Yeah, specifically just our positions. I mean, I guess that could be, I don't know, discussed with Steve Ross because it doesn't necessarily have to be. He just reached out to us because he knows that we're familiar with NERC, but if someone felt really compelled about also serving as this representative, I'm sure something could change.
Thank you.
Other questions or comments, concerns? What do you want for your feedback?
Before Tuesday night. Yeah.
Gotcha. Alright, fantastic, good job, guys.
Thank you guys.
I don't think I have really any announcements. Father Carnes will be here next. Actually, I do have an announcement. We are going to be in the Sobrado Commons next week. I'll put that in the email, but I think some of you are missing my email, so I'm just going to say it here. We'll be in the Sobrado Commons because everywhere else is booked because of senior design. So that's where we'll be next week. Should be interesting, but we'll figure it out together. Where is that? Is it in Sobrado?
It's next to Casa, to the right of Casa.
Yeah, it's not like the residence hall.
The residence hall, yeah.
Back to the old days?
It's not called that.
No, but then I used to be Sobrado. Oh, you're getting asked a question.
Will we be able to get in?
I'll make a note to make sure I'm there, because I can get into every residence hall.
Also, I look at Oh, okay. Great. I think that's mostly this week, so now take
Tara asked me to remind everyone of her event that is happening, the Ignite NHC event, the YWCA workshop to combat sexual harassment in the workplace and on campus. It is every Tuesday from May 6th to May 27th, and it's from 7 to 8 p.m. in Alameda Hall, 105.
I'm seconding.
What was it?
I'm seconding that. It'll be a great time. Well, not really, but it will be a great time as much as it can be.
Yeah. Great.
Vosh and I have been working on the Tell Me About Your Day, asking about my day wristbands that he's wearing if he wants to show it off. Thank you, Vosh. And we're going to bring them to Alcohol Senate next week. So make sure you pull up. And they come in little pairs, so you can take one, like group, and then you take one for yourself, and you're meant to give one to someone else. And you wear them to promote mental health. Maybe we can like talk about it a little bit more next week. But make sure you're here to come get them.
Like I mentioned in the PSO presentation, we will have Professor Pina come give a talk. It'll be kind of a Q&A style thing. So she's a professor at, like I said before, she teaches sports over at the law school. She also was a litigation attorney, so it's open to everyone. So anyone can come if you're interested.
Yeah, so May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so we have a week of events lined up next week by Gargi. She's the campus engagement chair, part of Commonwealth. So we have on May 5th, there's a stress and anxiety management talk by a professor from the psych department and Skiddy. So we'll send a flyer out. It'll be on the newsletter. I just want to bring it up right now. You'll have note of it. And then we'll have boba and yoga with our Justin in Ben Commons on 7th. And then on the 9th, we'll have a petting zoo in all of the hall. So look forward to this. Oh, and then we'll have Psych Club and TIR tax tabling throughout the weekend, St. Vincent.
What animals will be at the petting zoo?
That's a really good question.
Do you think there'll be dogs?
I think it's farm animals,
Oh,
like
okay.
goats and turtles and chickens probably. But yeah, so
All right.
yeah. But
That's awesome.
if dogs are highly requested, we are reaching out to another, like a dog group, separate group. So maybe they'll happen at the same time, but we'll see.
Cool. Other revenue. Yeah.
I just want to say that I got a Bronco alert that there's 2 guys with a knife, like on the north side of campus, so just be careful. Need a ride home, my car has 1 seat, so take a seat. Yeah, just be careful. The north side's up. North is.
Second.
Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay.